everybody. Good morning for everybody who just joined. Are we all good to get started?
Hi, Magna. Yes.
Okay. So what about others? I mean, are we all good to get started? Can I get a yes in chat box? I'm actually just checking the activeness of the class. And if everybody's active and you are ready to get interactive with the session and etc. Okay, cool, great. Did you guys complete the installation of Anaconda or the Jupyter notebook thing we talked about last class? Everybody has it installed? Can you put a yes or no? Installed. Okay, what about others? No, Dine says no. Okay, for people who have not installed it yet, you're supposed to install Anaconda notebook. I mean Anaconda Navigator. It's basically like a application which has a lot of IDEs, a lot of platforms where you can write your code. Jupyter Notebook being one of them. I'll give the link in the chat box again. So what you can do is just download from this link and install like any other software or any other like app which is present on your laptop or desktop. And point being, once you download and once you install Anaconda Notebook, it will look something like this. So this is the reason why I'm asking everybody. I could only get three response, by the way. What about the rest of you guys? Everybody has installed Anaconda Notebook? I have onboarded last Monday. I watched recording. I will install it. Okay, I will suggest guys, if anybody is still on the early stage and have not installed it yet, I would suggest go ahead and do it. It doesn't take much time. I mean the process is very easy. You just have to click on download and it keeps getting downloaded. Once it's downloaded, you just have to right click and install. Don't have to change a lot of things and etc. So meanwhile, because today also we'll start from the basics, right? Basics of programming. So meanwhile, we learn that your Anaconda notebook will get downloaded and it will be set up. So it's a parallel task which you can do. Okay. So maybe you can try that. Any which ways, people who have decided to still use Collab, is there anyone who's going to still use Collab? Okay, nobody's going to use Collab. Everybody's going to use Anaconda. Great. So once you download and once you install Anaconda, the home page of Anaconda Navigator is going to look something like this. And in this, if you just click on launch, because we are going to use Jupyter Notebook. So if you see there are multiple IDEs over here. Okay. You can either use Jupyter Lab or Jupyter Notebook. Both are exactly the same thing. The UI is a little bit different, but I prefer Jupyter Notebook. And even in a lot of companies in general, we have both the options, notebook and lab. So you can click on launch. The moment you click on launch, it will actually take you to your browser. We'll just open it up. and it will open up the home page of the server in a browser. So this is where my browser's home page is. This is a home page of Jupyter Notebook. Okay, this is where it's like this is the home page of your whole and Jupyter Notebooks server, and whatever work you do, it everything gets stored over here. So if you see, this has files. See, under files you might have a lot of folders. So for you guys it might be empty. For me, if you see, I have a lot of notebooks, I have a lot of data which is stored over here, and it's very easy to maintain, very easy to see, quickly search, and all of that. Okay, and herein is where I will always come whenever I have to work on a new project, new file, or a new kind of notebook that I will use. I will always come here and I will open a new notebook from here. And for people who are using Collab, it's also very simple. You can just click and search Collab. It will open Google Collab. From here, you can just click on new notebook and it will basically open a new notebook. Like, it's very simple for Collab. You don't have to download, install any software because it's hosted on the cloud and it's a product from Google. So the whole point is that it gets attached and saved to your Google Drive. So this is the Collab interface. This is the notebook. This is where you write your code. The moment you run your code, the output comes here. You can keep writing codes in new cells like this or boxes like this, and etc. This same UI is something Jupyter Notebook also gives you. Okay, so how do we go and create a new notebook for ourselves where we will be writing codes and etc., trying out different things and etc. So here on the top right corner, you will have something called as new. So if you click on new, the first option under notebook I have is Python 3. For you guys, since you guys are using a newer version, I'm using an older version, it might not be exactly Python 3 PY kernel, but it might be something else. But the moment you click on new, under notebook, you will definitely have something named as Python. The name might be different because the version you are using it is different. You can just click on notebook, and I mean under notebook anything named as Python. And the moment you click it, it will open a new notebook for you guys. Now look at the UI that Collab has given you and the UI that Jupyter Notebook has given you. It's the same. It's almost the same. So that's why it's called a notebook, because you keep writing code, you get the output here. You write the code, you get the output. So it's a very easy to use interface, very easy to handle interface. And it is good for beginners as well because you're exploring data, you're exploring a lot of programming details and etc. Right? So everybody clear till here? And could you follow me till here as well? Can I get some more responses? Okay, I just want a honest feedback from you guys. I am teaching everything or starting everything from scratch, from basic, because I know a lot of people are starting over, a lot of people are starting for the first time, and etc. So, do you think I should skip the basics and I should directly go to the implementation or the practical part, or do you think this is fine? Okay, I got two responses because I got a feedback from somebody that this is too basic. So that's the reason why I asked it. All right, everybody is fine with basic, so I'm gonna continue. Okay, cool. So now this is my Jupyter notebook. This is where I will start writing my codes, and this is where I will learn how to code as well, right? Okay, so first thing I'll give a name to my notebook, okay? So let me give something like, yeah. Now, here, this is where I will start. So these are called cells. Okay. The moment you click on it, it will show green because you are trying to edit the cell, you are trying to execute the cell, and etc. The once the cell is executed or you are out of the cell, it is blue in color. Okay. So if you start writing any code, it will basically be over here in this cell. Once you are done writing the code, we will execute the code, and we can execute the code using control enter, shift enter, or just press the run button on top. I do not prefer using the run buttons on etc because keyboard is more hands on, it's more easy to follow, it's more easy to work upon, and etc. Right now, herein, let's start from the very basic thing. Okay, so in programming, um, very basic thing, what would we like to do? We would like to show something to the user, right? Or we would like to print something to the user. So let's try to print something. So I'm going to use a very basic function called print. Print is a function. Okay, and now if you ask me what is a function, right? No, please do not code along, just focus on the screen. That's the framework that I mentioned in the other day as well. Please just focus on the screen. Once I'm done, I will allow you time to execute as well. So that way you will be able to catch all the details. So please do not try to do parallel execution. Okay, cool. Yeah, so cool. So I'm trying to basically do the most basic part of programming. I'm trying to showcase something to the user. I'm trying to print something to the user or like display something to the user. And for doing these tasks, we have a function called as print. Now, what is function? So function is basically, just imagine function to be like a box. Inside this box is designed to do a task, any task. It can be any task. So this box over here is designed to do a particular task. All it needs is an input. So as a user, you give certain input to this function. It gives you certain output, right? So print is also one such function. Okay, this is a function. Print is also one such function. What it does is, whatever input you give to the print function, based on that, it forms an output for you, and that output is the display which user gets to see. So it's like whatever you give, it will display on the screen. That's what print function does. Okay. So here in print function, so whenever you give the brackets, that's when it's identified also as a function. Let's say I want to print something. So let's say I want to print hello. So I can't directly write hello because it is a text, and text is something we put in the double quotes. So I'm gonna write hello like this within double quotes. You can also write it within single quotes. It's the same thing. And now I'll just execute the code. So I will press shift plus enter. You can press control plus enter, whatever is your Windows versus Mac keyboard. So the moment I execute the code, if you see over here, the code got executed and hello got printed. Whatever I gave to the print function, it printed me the same thing. So you write the code in one cell, you execute it, and the output comes right below it. If there is an output, it comes right below it. So that way, it's very easy to see what just happened, debug, understand, write code, and etc. Right? Followed me till here, everybody? Okay. Now we'll come back to the print function because the print function has a lot more of things to explore, right? We will come back to the print function a little later. First up, we will start with very basic things, and this is even for someone who has never coded before. Even they can feel comfortable in this, okay? So we'll start with very basic details, understanding of programming, and how can we, like, once you understand the programming basics, that's when you will slowly identify that, okay, I can use this, I can use that, and I can build a logic to solve my problem. Ideally, remember, you're learning all this because you will be solving a problem, and that's why you will want to learn Python, because Python will help you solve a problem. And once you learn different aspects of programming or different programming fundamentals, you can use them in different ways to create your logic and solve your problem, right? So we'll start with a basic thing called variable, right? Now also one more thing, in Python, if I want to type a comment, I can use this hash. Like for example, I am typing a comment called variables. Now comments are something that is just read only. Like only for the person who's viewing the code, they know that okay, this is a thing I have commented out. Like comments never get executed. This is just for description, just for notes purpose. That's it. Okay. So we are going to learn about variables. Now, that's the first thing anybody would start learning with, right? Now, what is variable? So think of variable like a container. Okay, think of it like a container, like a box where you store information. So if I give you a box and I say you that, hey, store some, let's say store some snacks in this box. Okay. So you start storing snacks in this box. But the very next moment, let's say I say you, no, you know what? Now I want you to store some water in this particular box. So what will you do? You will throw out the snacks and you will put some water in this same box. But the box is same. Sometimes you're using it to keep a snack, sometimes you're using it to keep some water, sometimes you might use it to keep something else. That's what is a variable. It's like a container or like a box where you store information. And like every box, this box will also have a name so that you can find it later, a value which tells us what is there inside it, and that value can be of certain data type, right? So what is data type? Data type is like something which is helping us define the kind of thing inside, like the value that I'm storing inside. What is it like? Is it like a number? Is it like a text? Is it like a boolean value? What is it like? So that's what is a variable versus a data type. Now how do we assign a variable and store values? So let's say I am assigning a variable called a. So I will write a equals to 5. So when I write a equals to 5, this a is my variable name. Okay, this is my variable name a. This variable name a gets assigned a value called as 5. So from now on, it will store a value called as 5, right? And if you want to understand the back end of it, how Python stores it is, the moment you write a equals to 5, Python creates a memory space in the backend that stores the value 5. Okay. And a is a variable that points to the memory address where 5 is stored. That's how Python works, right? But in general, you can just, for ease of understanding, you can just understand that there is a value 5 which is being stored in a variable called as a. And how do I know it is stored? I can just print a. If I just print a, it will give me the value 5. So I know that a right now stores the value 5. But the very next moment, if I store 99 in a and if I print a, there is absolutely no problem and it prints 99. So I know that, okay, values of variables can keep changing based on whatever we store inside them. Is variables clear for everyone? Everyone could follow through here? So this is like the first step, right? Now think of this. The data or the information or whatever you are storing inside a variable can be of certain kind, right? Like that's called a data type, right? It can be number, text, anything. So that brings us to understand before that brings us to understand different types of data types that we have in Python. In general, broadly, I will categorize into first thing is numerical. So any numerical data type means what? Anything that is in number format, right? Like something which has numbers in it. That's numerical, right? For example, if I, okay, by the way, numericals are broadly categorized into int, float. Okay, there's something else also called as complex, but that's something which is very rarely used. I'll just talk about it. So int means integer. Integer means what? Whole numbers. So if I write a is equals to 9, that's a whole number. Or if I write a equals to minus 6, that's a whole number. Or if I write a equals to 100, that's again a whole number. Right? So let's say you're trying to count something, let's say you're trying to store a person's age. Those will usually be always integer. Right? So here if you print a, you will see that the value of a gets printed. How do you know what data type got stored over here? You can use a function called as type. What type does? Like print, type is also a function. Type is a function which will tell you that whatever variable you have given to the type function, what is the data type of that particular variable. So when I print this, when I execute this cell, it shows me int. Why? Because right now a has a value 100. 100 is a whole number and that gets identified as an integer in Python. And that's why it prints int for us. Int means integer. And also, if you notice one thing, I just wrote a equals to 100. Nowhere have I said to Python that this is integer. But this is the advantage of using Python. Python is dynamic in nature, which means you do not have to go and tell Python that, hey, I am storing an integer. All you have to do as a user or as a coder, all you have to do is you have to just go and assign a value to a variable. It's Python's job to go ahead and understand what is the data type over there. Right? That's why it's called a dynamic language, because in other programming languages like Java, you have to also define the data type. So you would have written something like int a equals to 5. So in Python, you do not have to do this part. Right? Any which ways. Clear till here? Could you follow me till here, everyone? All right, great. Now that's the first numerical data type that we just explored. But along with it, there are other numerical data types which I talked about: float, complex. So float is a number with decimals. If I store something like 8.9 something, a big number, decimal number, like some whichever number has decimal, that is called as a float, right? So you use it to store values of measurement like height, weight, sales, revenue, profit. All of those things usually comes with decimal numbers, right? Here, if you check what is the type of a, it will now become float because it is having a number stored as decimal, right? Now that we understand integer and we understand float, one more data type is complex. But complex is something which we usually don't use. Now, why so? Because complex is, you know, uh, used in terms of advanced mathematics. Like complex is a number. I don't know if everybody has learned it in school mathematics already, but it is used to represent complex numbers, and complex numbers are always expressed in the form of a real part and an imaginary part. So if I write something like a is equals to 6 plus 9j, that's a complex number, where 6 is basically the real part, 9 is basically the imaginary part. J represents imaginary unit, and This usually is used in, again, complex advanced mathematics, not usually used in analytics, but I'll still show you the data type. It's complex, right? So that's the numerical data types that we have in general. Are we all clear till here? Could everybody follow me? Are we all good till here? Okay. The next kind of data type is to store text values or characters and etc. Right? And it's basically called as string. So always remember the definition of string. A lot of people get confused in it. Anything enclosed within double quotes or single quotes. Anything. Like anything enclosed within double quotes or single quotes is considered to be a string. So if I write A is equals to hello, or if you want, you can write the same thing within double quotes, hello. And now if I check what is the type of A, it's str. Str means string. But the same thing, okay, the same thing if I would have written A is equals to hello, instead of hello, if I would have written 1, 2, it's a number. Now, this is a number, but I've stored it within single quotes or double quotes. This is also considered a string because it is stored within single quotes or double quotes. You can store special characters, you can store alphabets, you can store uppercase alphabets, anything of your choice. But whatever you store, if it is there within single quotes or double quotes, it's considered to be a string. Use case is that whenever you're trying to store a name or something which has a mix of characters or like customer names, etc., you use string for that. Okay. And lastly, there is one more data type called bool or boolean, which stores only two values. It stores either true or false. So if I write A is equals to true, and if I check what is the type of A, it's bool. Bool means boolean, right? And other one can be false. It can only store two values, either a true or a false, like this. And those are broadly all the data types that we have in Python. Other than these, we have some more collection data types like list, tuple, set, dictionary, which we are going to learn in a little later because that is a little different kind of data type than what we have just learned over here. But these are the fundamental primitive data types of Python. Are we all good till here? Can I get some more responses? Yes, no, if you guys are good. All right. Now, can you guys go ahead and execute whatever we executed and let me know once you guys are done?
I have one doubt regarding your code.
Yeah, I actually can't hear you properly. Is it possible to for you to type it in the chat box?
I'm sorry, it's all right.
All right, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. do execute till the end of the code, whatever we just executed and whatever we just learned. Let me know in the chat box once you guys are done. I will just be back in a minute, okay?
Guys, any idea which one we need to install? Anaconda, like mini Conda is there, and one more distribution installer. Anybody have any idea?
Sorry, what is your doubt?
Yeah, what I'm asking, right? I mean, this Anaconda Navigator installation.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Which one I have to install? There are two options I'm getting: distribution installer and mini Conda
No,
installer.
not the Miniconda. You're not supposed to download Miniconda. Just go to Anaconda, the link I've given, and just get started and download this distribution, not the Miniconda.
Mm. Where is that link? Today is my first class.
Just sent the link in the chat box.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, distribution, right? Free download. Fine. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I got one done. What about others? Everybody done? Still in installing anyway, I will do it later. Okay, got it done. Everybody has completed the execution. So let's move ahead. Now we understand what is a variable and what is a data type. Like for example, let's say I want to store details of a particular person, okay, or particular student, right? So how would I do it? I would store their age as integer, like age equals to 25, height equals to, let's say, 5.7, name equals to, I would give a name like this, and I can create a variable like is student equals to true. So that will give me all the values of a particular student. So this is how in reality you keep assigning values and variables, etc. over here. Okay. Now coming to the next thing, which is how do we understand what kind of names can we give to a variable? In general, obviously we can give any name to a particular variable, like whatever you want, you can give, right? Variable name is basically the label. This label is called variable name. So you can give any label to a piece of data in Python, whichever is your choice. But there are certain rules. Okay. First rule or first thing about variable naming is that it should always start with a letter or an underscore. So which means if I write something like n is equals to 1, 2, 3, it works fine, right? But if I write something like 1n equals to 1, 2, 3, it will give me an error saying this is an invalid syntax because variable names must start with a letter or an underscore. Second thing, it should always contain letters, numbers, and underscores only, which means if you write n1 is equals to 12 and if you print n1, it works fine. But if you write n at the rate 1 or if you try to put any other character other than letters, numbers, or underscore, it will basically throw an error like this. It will throw an error. But if you write n underscore 1 instead of giving anything else, it works. So the rule is that it can only contain letters, numbers, and underscores. Right? You can't even give a space. You can't write n space 1. That also doesn't work. Right? And also, if I write, let's say a is equals to 9. Let's say I write a equals to 9. And now if I print a in this way, do you think this will work, guys? No, it won't. Why? Because small letter a and capital A are different things. Python is case sensitive. So these are different variables in general and it is throwing an error called name error, which means you are trying to print capital A which is not even defined anywhere, right? And next thing or the last thing is that you cannot use Python keywords as variable names, right? You cannot use Python keywords as variable names, which means there are certain Python keywords like if or while. Let's say while is a keyword, class is a keyword. There are a lot of keywords. False is a keyword. So things that are reserved as Python keywords are things you cannot use as variable names inside Python. So what would happen based on that is either it will directly throw an error, or what I have recently observed is even if you write if equals to 8, for now this will execute, it will give you the answer, but later in the later part of your code, somewhere it will throw you a very unexpected error. Somewhere where there is not supposed to be any error, also it will throw an error because the error was caused right over here and you have used the Python keyword. So be very mindful and do not use Python keywords as variable names. And lastly, you can keep the variable names meaningful. Like instead of writing x equals to something, it's better if you write the name of the variable with respect to what data you are storing. So if you're storing age, write the variable name as age and likewise. Is it clear for everyone till here? All right, great. Do you guys want to try and note down all the variable naming rules quickly? Let me know once you guys are done. Okay. So let's move ahead then. Next up, let's understand a concept called as typecasting. Now, what is typecasting? You will slowly understand why also I talked about these topics in this order. Okay. So we need to understand a topic called as typecasting for multiple reasons, and also you will understand that it is going to get used in the upcoming functions. So typecasting means changing the data type. Okay, changing the data type of a value or a variable into another, which means, like, for example, if let's say you have a box that is labeled number, and inside it is storing a number, but let's say now you want to store it as a text, so you have to change also the label to text, right? So that you can actually understand this is a text value and interpret it as a text value. So that's called typecasting. Sometimes what happens in most of the cases, you get messy data or unclean data. So data that is supposed to be, let's say, of a date data type. You have not learned about date data type because that comes under pandas when you learn pandas. But let's say something is supposed to be in numerical data type but is stored in string data type, right? For example, whenever a number is taken input from user, it gets stored as a string, but it is supposed to get stored as a number. So in such cases, you can't do a lot of mathematical operations on them or write kind of operations on them, because they are supposed to be numbers but are by default or because of messy data getting stored as some other data type like string. So in those cases, you need to convert them in the right data type so that you can use it for various purposes. That's the reason why you need typecasting, right? Um, so just to reiterate, a lot of times the data types are not in their right formats because of multiple functions or because of messy data, unclean data. In those cases, you need to convert them into the right data type. And for that, you have something which is called as typecasting. Typecasting basically helps you convert a data type from one type to another, right? And there are actually two types of typecasting. One is called implicit typecasting and the other one is called explicit typecasting. Now, implicit versus explicit, the only basic difference is that implicit typecasting is basically something that automatically happens in Python. Explicit means you manually convert it. I'll show you, okay? So we'll first start with explicit, which means you convert the data types by yourself. And to do that, you use functions, right? And the functions are pretty simple. Like if you have to convert something to integer, you will use an int function. If you have to convert something to float, you will use float function. If you have to convert something to string, string function. Whatever you want to convert into, you can use their function. Very, very simple, right? For example, let's say I store a value like this 234, but I store it as a string. So right now the type of A is string. I'm storing a number as a string within double quotes. But let's say, of course, I need to use it as a number, right? I need to do mathematical operations on it. So I have to, I have to use it as an integer. So in that case, what I can do is I can now write is, int of A. The moment I write int of A, this number gets displayed as a integer. Okay, just understand that this is just a display. I have not changed the original variable yet. I have just written int of A, right? But here if I write b equals to int of A, that means now a new variable b contains the same value that A had, but the integer version of that. Now if I check what is the type of b, it's integer, and what is the value that is present in b, it's the same number, right? So the value which was getting stored as string, I converted it to integer and stored it in a new variable, and now the variable contains integer data type and the value, whatever value it had. That's explicit typecasting. Is that clear? Till here, is it clear for everyone? What about others? Everybody clear? Now, if I write and if I try to see what will be the type of A, what will be the answer?
String.
What about others? String. That's right. It will still be string, because if you understand, A was always a string. Okay. What I did is I took the value of A, I converted it to int, but that value is something I've stored in B. So B contains the updated integer value, but A still contains string, right? Everybody clear with that simple concept?
Yeah. I think now if we ask type B, it will show integer.
Yeah, type of B is anyway integer.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. Everybody clear till here? All right.
Yes.
Yeah. And now you can keep converting things likewise. Like if there is something which is integer, you can convert it into string. Like let's say I write 9, str of 9. It will become a string. So if you see, the output comes within the single quotes. So it becomes a string. Or if I write float of let's say float of let's say 8. So it will convert the float to, it will convert the integer to float. So when it gets converted to float, a decimal point comes in, right? So whatever you want, you can keep getting converted from, multiple data types, right? And the other kind of data typecasting that I was talking about is implicit, where Python automatically converts, right? And most of the cases, this is integer and float conversions that Python automatically does. How? I'll tell you. If x is equals to, so let's say a is equals to 7, b is equals to 9.8. Now, if I try to print what is a plus b, what is a plus b, the answer comes as 16.8. So if you see, a was integer, b was float. So when the addition happened, when the operation of addition happened, Python automatically converts the 7 to float. So 7 becomes 7.0. Then the addition happens and the output comes up, right? Because whenever you do mathematical operations, they are usually always in same, they have to be in same data type for any operation to happen. And this is where a automatic conversion happened. I did not have to convert it manually. That's why it's called an implicit data typecasting. Is it clear till here?
If you could just repeat it, Meghna. Thank you.
So what I meant by implicit typecasting is Python automatically converts data types. Most of the times it's between integer and float. So if you understand over here, A contains the value 7, which is integer, right? B contains the value 9.8, which is float.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, when you are doing any mathematical operation, it has to be in same data type, right? Both of the data types, like whatever operands or whatever values are involved in the operation, they have to be of the same data type for the operation to happen. So when I write A plus B, one is integer, other is float. So this is 9.8, obviously. So what Python does is automatically converts the 7 to float. So it comes up as 7.0, then does the addition between both of them, and hence the answer is 16.8.
Got it.
Us, in our mind, it is like 7 plus 9.8. Why do I need a conversion? But it doesn't work like that in Python. Got it?
Okay.
Is it clear till here?
Yes. Can it be other way around? In case that we have to now keep 9 also as an integer than as a float and then do it, then we have to explicitly do it, is it?
Exactly.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Everybody clear till here? Okay. Can you guys quickly execute till here if you guys are clear?
Yeah, hi. I mean, if you are,
Yeah.
I'm unable to launch the Jupyter notebook. If you want, I will share my screen and I will show you.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Sharing is not turned on.
Yeah, one sec.
Yes. I will send a request. Okay.
I have allowed it.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you were able to see my screen, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here I have.
Up. Yeah, Jupyter
This,
notebook. Scroll down.
yeah.
No. Just scroll a little down. Can you like zoom out a little bit?
Okay. Yeah. Right. Launch, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It might have opened a home page in browser.
Okay. Yeah.
And got
Yeah.
the
This. It's coming like this.
oh, your file couldn't be accessed.
Hmm.
Can you go back to your Anaconda notebook? Did you do all the recommended installations that came up?
Uh, sorry, recommended installation in a sense. I mean,
When you were installing Anaconda Navigator, whatever was prompted like recommended installation, did you do all of that?
no, just I have did next. I need to select that. There was a checkbox. I have didn't selected those things.
Yeah, that might have caused the problem. So
Okay.
what you can do is for now, you
Uh-huh.
can just uninstall Anaconda completely. Once the class is over, you can download and install it again. But for now, for your practice, because the class is going on and you need to practice, what you can do is just open Collab. It works the same way, right? So just open
Okay.
Collab and try to write your um answers or your codes in Collab. So just search Collab. Yeah, new notebook. Yeah, you can start writing your code here.
Okay.
You don't have to click on generate. You can just write your code. So write a equals to 5, let's say. Yeah, and print a. A. Execute. Shift plus enter.
Yeah. Okay. Shift plus enter.
And you can close the release notes on the right hand side.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. I will continue. Yeah. Thank
Sure.
you.
Thank you.
And one more quick question because I'm new to this technology. Okay. So, see, I'm having total over 15 years of experience in automation, testing, and DevOps, like Java, and I have did Java, Selenium, and Kubernetes, technology I'm working. So here I have seen, I gone through this syllabus. There is a statistics, maths, everything are there. Okay. Are we going to teach like this only, right? How it is happening from basics
Yeah,
to
yeah.
all.
From
So
scratch.
from those topics also we'll be able to capture, no? Like how we are getting here now, Python.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
not sure if I will be taking all of those sessions, but yeah, whatever it is, you will be able to learn from scratch.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Yes. Thank you. By the way, may I know your name?
Meghna.
Meghna. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Meghna. Bye.
Meena, can you please scroll a little bit down? Just want to see that I'm not missing something. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, guys, are we all good till here?
Yeah. 2 minutes. Yeah.
Sure.
Kindly scroll up or down to explicit weight. Explicit weight. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. How to save this thing in Colab? Is it by default it will be saved, or I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to
It is saved by default.
by default? Yeah, that page is done. I think there is no more text. The text box is not coming. Then I need to click plus text or plus code.
Plus code.
Plus code. Okay, fine. Oh, okay, got it. Okay, same page only it will continue. Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody good till here?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. Let's move forward. Let's move forward to the next topic. So I said I'll come back to the print statement. And I said there are a lot of nuances present in the print statement as well. Let's understand them. So see, ideally, what is print? Print is a function which is present inside Python. Like it is pre-built inside Python. It's also called built-in function because it's pre-built inside Python. And it is solely used to display text, numbers, variables, or results on the screen, right? Like you can print anything from simple text to complex objects. You can print anything. That's what print is used for, right? To display output to the users. Now, uh, we're starting from basics on how do we print basic things in print. So if I just print hello, it whatever you give inside the print statement, it will basically print. Now hello is a string value, a text value, so I printed it within double quotes. So whenever you're printing a text, it must be in quotes, right? Because it is a string value, right? But if you want to print numbers, you might not give this string. It's fine because you're printing a number, so you can go ahead and print just like it, right? You can print variables also, something which we just checked, that you can keep printing values of variables as well. Now coming to a little of the complex parts of print statement, where you can use print to print multiple items or combinations, form proper display text, and etc. So first thing, we'll understand how to print multiple items. Okay. So for example, let's say I have a person whose name is Alice. And Alice is of 25 years old. So we have name and age. So let's say I want to print a proper statement that student name is Alice and their age is 25. I want to print a proper statement, right? So the problem is if I print it with multiple statements like student age is, and then I go to the next print statement and I actually print age, that will be a completely a lot of studious or tedious task. So I will use one print statement and I will print multiple items. So how will I do that? I will use commas, right? I will separate multiple items with commas and I will print it. Okay. So if I write student name, I'll give a comma, I'll print the variable name. Then again a comma and age, and again a comma, again age. And maybe here I can add one more text, that years old. Now the output that I'll get is student name Alice and age 25 years old. So I could form a proper sentence over here using the print statement. Now what does my print statements contain right now? It contains firstly a text which is enclosed within double quotes, which is this part, student name till colon. Then it contains the variable name. So I'm printing the value of the variable name. Then it again contains a text over here enclosed within double quotes. So again that text comes up over here. And then once the text comes up over here, next thing I'm printing is the variable age. So the value of the variable, which is 25 right now, gets printed. And then again, I'm printing another text enclosed within double quotes. So that also gets printed. The good part is that if you see after colon, look at the first sentence that I have printed. Look at the first string value or text value that I have printed. I have given student name space colon and then I've closed my double quotes and I've printed name. I did not add any space. But if you look at the output, after colon, a space gets added. Once Alice is printed, again a space gets added and then the sentence is printed. Then again, in the third sentence, after colon, a space gets added. So if you see wherever a comma has come up in the entire print statement, in the output a space has also been added. So Python automatically adds a space between them when you are trying to print multiple items by separating them with comma. A very simple example also I will show you. Let's say a is equals to 9, b is equals to 8 and c is equals to 4. So if I print very simply also, if I print a comma b comma c, that also gets printed with spaces in between. So wherever the comma comes in, by default a space comes in as well. Right? Is this clear for everyone till here?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
sentences have come. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
For example, we have said student name colon Alice and age 25 years old. If we have to replace and with ampersand or any punctuation, will it still be the same thing as in string? You put that punctuation in the
Yeah.
string and it will be there.
Yeah, because this is a
Okay, got it.
character, right? So you can enclose anything within double quotes. It will be considered string.
Okay, got it. Or any exception, it can be anything if we want to present as is, so to say, it can always go within string, within the double quotes or a single quote. So it will just be as it is.
Yeah, so that those are escape characters. We'll learn about them a little later.
Okay, thank you.
What about others? Everybody clear till here? Okay. Now think about this. When you're printing multiple items, by default, a space gets added between them. What if you want a custom separator? Like right now, by default, space is the separator between the items that you're trying to print. What if you decide what do you want as a separator? In that case, I will use a keyword called as sep. Okay, sep is a keyword which it's basically a keyword, but we will technically call it as a parameter. So this is a parameter that we add to the print statement, where print statement understands that okay, you don't want space as a separator between your items, you want something else as a separator between your items. So when you are printing this a comma b comma c, obviously by default space gets added between them. But after you mention everything that you wanted to print, after you specify everything that you wanted to print, give a comma, and if you give sep equals to, and now within single quotes or within double quotes, whatever you specify, that will get added as a separator. So I specified double dash, it got added. If I specify asterisk, that gets added. Whatever you specify, that becomes the separator between the items. The only thing is, always mention whatever you have to print first, and at the end then go ahead and mention your sep parameter. That will help you add a custom separator between items. Even in this case, I can go ahead and add a separator at the end, and let's say now I want my separator to be a hyphen. So everything gets separated by a hyphen now. Is it clear till here what is sep keyword doing? Everybody clear, guys? Okay. Don't worry, I will give you time to execute. Just wait for it. Okay. Now, one more thing about print statement. If I print for something like, let's say, print hello, and in the next line, I print another print statement saying world. What happens is both of them get printed in separate lines, right? The first print statement gets printed in the first line, the second print statement gets printed in the second line. Now, it might look very obvious because we have two different print statements. But the real answer behind it is print has one more default behavior, and that is it by default ends with a new line. So when my first print statement got executed and hello got printed, by default the cursor moves to the next line. It is not because of the next print statement. The first print statement itself, whenever a print statement gets executed, it always ends with a new line. So the cursor always moves to a new line, right? So that's the reason why the next print statement, when it got executed from here because the cursor was already in the new line, right? But you can again change it, customize it based on your choice. And you can do that with a parameter called as end. So you choose what do you want to print at the end. By default, it gets printed as a new line, like it moves the cursor to the new line. But you can choose if you want to change that behavior. So now what I'll do is in this, after printing hello, I will give a end. Again, all your parameters come towards the end. So after you specify whatever you have to print, give a end and now specify what do you want to print with or what do you want to end with. Let's say I want to end with double asterisk. Now see, it no longer printed in it in a new line. It got printed in the same line and it ended with double asterisk.
Meghna, like keywords, do we have a list of parameter words or are they one and the same?
No, there are multiple parameters that can come to any function, right? So like sep, end, these are parameters that come with print function.
So parameters and keywords, they're different.
Yeah, they're different.
Okay, like the way we have a list of 35 keywords, do we have a list of parameters?
You can never remember or memorize a list of keywords. But
Okay.
the key to it is what you can do is you can just go to Google and write print in Python documentation. So there
Okay.
will be a Python's official documentation, which is this one, first one.
Okay.
If you click on it, you will get to see that for print, you can go to the print function and you can see what are the possible what are the possible parameters that are there. And you will be able to read about them.
That's kind of you. If you can please post that, previous link, the original link. Yes.
All right. But everybody is clear till here?
Thank
What
you.
is end doing? Is that clear? Okay. Cool. What about others? Clear? Okay. Now, apart from this also, there are some, it's called escape characters, by the way, but these are some characters which have special meaning inside strings. Okay. So when I want to print, if I print something like hello, now this is a very simple text, it gets printed right away. But there are few characters that have special meaning inside string. So if I print hello space world, it gets printed like it is. But if I give something like slash n, backslash n between hello and world, now it gets printed as a new line. So backslash n is a escape character. It is a special character which is going to print a new line when placed inside a string. So if you place backslash n within a string, it helps in creating a new line. So \n helps in creating new line. Right?
It's as good as writing two prints one after the other.
Exactly. So wherever, if you have a long sentence and wherever you want to break it and add it in a new line, you can quickly add a \n. Okay. Same way, instead of \n, if I give \t, that adds a tab space. \t is used to add tab space. Okay. Same way, let's say whenever, if let's say I want to print backslash in general, like I want to print backslash in general over here. So I can also add one more backslash, like double backslash over here. So if you see, whenever I give double backslash, also it still prints one single backslash. Because if you're trying to print a website link, or if you're trying to print a file path, they usually have a lot of backslashes, right? In those cases, you can use backslash to get printed like a proper file path or a website path and etc. Right? One more thing, let's say I want to print this sentence. Okay, let's say I want to print this statement. He said hi. If I want to print this, he said hi. So like normally how I place everything within double quotes or single quotes, if I try to print something like this, he said and hi. Now the problem is, because I want to print a double quote in my output, it is going to get confusing for my Python to understand that, oh, there is a double quote inside my double quote and has to be printed as a double quote. So in these cases, what you can do is you can use alternate quote. Like if you want to print the double quote, use a single quote outside. Now what will happen is it will solve your use case and it will actually print the double quote. Same thing happens, like the opposite of this also happens. If you want to print a single quote, place the double quote outside. That will help you print the single quote properly. Or else Python will always get confused that where are you ending your double quote and where are you starting your new double quotes. Is it clear till here, everyone?
Yes.
What about others? Everybody clear till here?
Hello, Meghna. Just one question. Where we use the end, so if we put a third line there, so what will happen?
Where?
An example, hello world, you wrote at the top. Okay, so we have two lines there, right? And we are ending with double asterisk. Uh,
Hmm.
46, 46. Yeah, correct. So if we have a third print statement over here, so what will happen?
No, if you have a third print statement, let's say it prints Python, it is
Hmm.
something which is not a part of the first print statement, right? So the asterisk is getting, I mean, hello and world gets printed in the same line because of your first print statement. So what is your first print statement doing? It is printing hello and it is
Hmm.
not moving the cursor to new line because you have ended it with double asterisk. That's the reason why world gets printed along with it. But world doesn't have an end parameter. So the moment world gets printed as a default behavior, the cursor gets moved to the new line and Python gets printed in the next line.
Okay, great, got it. So is there any I can say we can use something like that if we have n number of lines down that, and we can use it for the first line only, so that it gets concatenated the first line only in the print statement when we get
Not
the out.
directly. There is no direct way to do it, but you can use string concatenations and etc. to be able to do that.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So if we are good till here, guys, can you complete your execution till here, everybody? So you can complete the execution till here. Let me know in the chat box once you're done. I'll just grab some water. But yeah, meanwhile, you guys can get completed till here.
Please little bit scroll up. This. Yeah.
Okay. Scrolled down. My bad. I'm speaking on mute. My bad. I was just asking if everybody's done. Okay. Do you guys want a small break maybe?
Yes, Meghna.
Okay.
Yeah, session will be how long, Meghna?
I think it will be like
12 o'clock.
sorry, no, so it will go till 12, but there is a session that Abhishek will also take for you guys. So I will go till 11:15. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's take a quick
Yeah,
break.
usually 2 hours session or 2.5.
Usually I will, when I am taking a full-fledged session from tomorrow, it will be of 2.5 to 3 hours, depending, like let's say I did not complete a topic and I feel like some more time is needed, I'll extend it till 12, or else it will be done till 11:30.
Okay, 9 to 12 in between.
Yeah,
Usually.
just consider it to be 9 to 12 for now. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Are you guys back?
Yes, thank you.
What about the others? Everybody's back? All right. So I was talking about another another kind of caveat, not a caveat, but another kind of thing that you can do with print statements. It's called F strings. F strings stand for formatted strings. They're a way how you can format big sentences, display text, everything inside a single print statement. So they're great for combining neatly text or variables in a very neat, clean format. Now, the earlier example, let's take this one. So in this case, what we were doing is we were printing multiple things, and we have to we have to break the sentence multiple times. Like put a part of the sentence in double quotes, give a comma, then again give a variable name, again a comma, then again text. So you have to break the sentence multiple times. You have to put multiple commas and etc. Instead of doing this, we can use something called as F strings. How does that work? What I'll do is all you have to do is specify an F. Firstly, specify an F, and then within double quotes, specify your sentence. Like my sentence is student name, and then I'm giving a colon, and here I want the name to be printed. So within curly braces, I'll specify name. So I'll explain. Let me just complete. And age is, and here I want to print age years old. So now if you see, the same thing got printed, but I could type all of it in single sentence without breaking, without multiple commas, without multiple, changes and etc. That's called an F string. All you have to do is type a F before you type your sentence in double quotes. With F strings, you can only use double quotes. Okay. So type a F and then within double quotes, type your sentence. And it exactly works like how we have learned fill in the blanks in our school times. The same things. You write your sentence wherever you want your sentence value to be filled with a variable's value or an operational value. You just put it in a placeholder like this within curly braces, right? Whenever you put a curly braces and you put your variable name, Python understands that this is where it doesn't have to print the text, but it has to print the value of the variable. Like for example, if I write a equals to 9 and b equals to 7, and now if I print f value of A is, so I'll now print the value of A, and B is, and now I will add the value of B within a placeholder. So the actual value gets printed along with the text over here. And I will say, and A plus B is, now within curly braces, I'll give the operation also A plus B, and all of it gets beautifully printed in a single sentence. So you can add variables, text, operations, everything within the F string. It's just a way of writing your print statements, basically. Is it clear for everyone till here? What about others? Everybody clear? Can you guys quickly complete till here if you guys are clear? Okay, I got 2 done, 3 done. What about others? Okay, good. Time for some quick practice of whatever we learned so far. So I'll write some codes, and what you guys have to do is type in the chat box what will be the output. Okay. Do not try to execute it on your code cell. The idea is not for you to execute it in your code cell. I want you guys to just tell me what will be the output, right? If you execute it, of course, you will get to know what is the output, but that's not the idea. You will have to understand what will be the output. Are we all ready for this? Okay. First code is this. What do you think will be the output? Okay, okay.
It will be, if it is written like that, it will be a syntax error.
Syntax error, are you sure? Why?
Because it's not in strings. It's
Wh-
not written as a string for the
Which
print.
one? This one?
The print.
The print. That's okay. You can print variable names, right?
Okay. Then it
You,
is through with space, yes.
yeah. So it's just Alice space 30 space true, right?
Yes.
Because name is a string, age is an integer, then you have a Boolean value. And the
Yeah.
print function will automatically print these values of these variables with space by default, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And let's say now I have this code. What will be the output?
Hello by the 3 ellipses and in the, that's all.
Okay. That's right. It
Yeah.
will be hello, and then it will be separated with the second word world with a separator. It will end with an exclamation and print the next part or the next print statement done. So there won't be any space in between because we did not add the basic default separator. We have specified separator, we have specified end over here, right? The separator parameter will change the default separator between these hello and world, and that's the reason why a dot 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 got printed. End parameter will replace the default new line character with exclamation mark, and that's the reason done gets printed right away, right? Right. Everybody good till here?
Yes.
Okay. Now what will this print?
Integer, float, 38, string, separated by comma.
Okay, I think my screen got stuck for a while, but yeah, that's right. So here the output will be
Integer, comma.
integer, float, and string, but it will come in the format of class int, class float, and class string, right? So the type function actually returns the data type of a variable that is passed to it. But when you use a print function on top of it, it prints it in this format. So like if I write type of x, it will print normally int. But the moment I put it under a print, it prints like class int. And the reason behind this is basically very simple. Uh, Print is supposed to display an output to user. So it is designed in a format where it displays that, okay, this is of the class int. But type is not supposed to display an output to the user. Type is supposed to just tell you that what is the data type. So it gives in the most basic form that int class, int float string. But print gives you in a more readable, printable format. Got it?
So can I understand that print is for the user and type is for the people who actually do the job on Python?
Exactly,
Ah,
exactly. Type is for debugging, coding. Print is for user who's utilizing the code.
okay.
So everybody clear till here?
Yes.
And were all the topics clear for everybody? Did you guys enjoy the session? Was it good? Or was the topics clear for everyone? All right, then I think Abhishek can take over from here. Yeah, I can send the file. I'll send the file to your batch instructor, like your batch manager as well. And I'll send the file here as well. Okay. So I think Abhishek can
Is
take
there
over.
any way to correct our Git repository and we can store directly all these files?
Like you're asking for a Google Drive link?
Google Drive link is fine. What I'm asking, I mean, for creating a I will create a
No,
Git
there's
repository.
no GitHub, not, I mean, you have to link your GitHub in that case, but it will be a complex process. The best thing that you can do is the notebook that I give, right? Every day I am going to write the codes in the same notebook. So I will keep sending also in the same class at the end of the class. What you can do is you can just download that notebook and upload it into your Colab or upload it to your Jupyter notebook, and you can keep viewing it. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Meghna, you will be there next weekend?
Yeah.
You'll be taking the class? Okay, fine.
So you were going to conduct entire Python classes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, fine.
All right.
Yeah, anyway, it was a very nice session. Okay, so I understood from
Sure.
very basic thing. Okay. So got the concepts, whatever you have thought so far. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thank you. Thank you for your session. Yeah, goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, over to you, Abhishek.
Yeah, sure. You can make me host. Yeah, so are you guys able to see my screen, right? You can type like in chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I think like already like few people already attended that session. That I told you like how like course will go, what are the project like we will cover, about course flow, real-time projects, about instructors, mentors, their responsibilities. Right. So those like who already attended, like if they want, like they can skip that part. Okay, because like it's a new batch, so I am taking like that session, and few people are from like previous batches also, so they can skip like if they want. Okay, so this side like Abhishek Gupta, I'm the co-founder and CEO in Tutort. So I will help you like about like access, about your instructors, responsibilities, course flow, projects, and placement. Okay. So everyone is having like two groups, right? One is like common group, and second is they have like one-on-one group, right? You can type like in chat, okay? If anyone is not having like, you can request to your uh, counselor or like that guy like Karthik, okay? He's your operation manager. So I think like all people are having. If you don't have, like you can talk with your counselor, means like that salesperson and operation guy like Karthik is there. Okay, so generally like we are having two group. One is for common information where like your batch students will be there. And second, like we have one-on-one. So if you are facing like any issues, any challenges, first like you have to drop the message like in one-on-one group where like your counselors or operation team will be there. So they will resolve your concerns like SF. Okay, and this is your LMS portal link. In any case, like if you forgot mail or if you forgot that link or password, anything, you can just click here and you can reset your password anytime. And in future, like if you want to prefer the recordings, this is the link like lms.tutor.net, where like your mail ID is login ID and password, whatever like you have created. Okay, so it's a lifetime access like you have. The drive link is already like in your WhatsApp group description. So where like content materials will be uploaded. Okay. And this is your Karthik number. So he's working as an operation manager here. So any issues, any concerns like you have, uh, any issues like if you're facing, like you can connect with Karthik over WhatsApp, like he will help you.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Abhishek. Okay. So, I mean, currently I'm facing some issue. Anyway, I'm getting in touch with Karthik regarding my LMS portal login related. Okay. And you mentioned lifetime means, I mean, we can access, right? At least 2, 3 years. Is that okay? I mean, is that you mean to say lifetime in the sense? How many?
Lifetime
What's
in
the
the sense,
duration?
recordings will be lifetime.
Yeah, yeah.
Recordings, assignments, materials, not live
Ah,
classes.
yeah, yeah. Fine,
Okay.
fine. Okay. Recording, I can get it, right? I mean,
Right,
it's
right.
a number of years. Yeah.
Yeah, give me like 1 second. Yeah, this is your assignments ID. This doc like be Karthik will update you like within 2 or 3 days. Okay. So this is your assignments ID. So any every week like you will get the assignments. So assignments like you have to complete and you have to send your assignments on this mail ID. Your assignments will be reviewed and you will get the feedback. So weekly assignments like you will get. And this is the link, calendar link like we have where like if you are facing, if you have any doubt regarding assignments, you can book like one-on-one sessions with your personal teaching assistant. Okay, regarding instructors, so I will help you. Instructors are from like top-notch company, just like Meghna. Meghna is from like Google and ex-Amazon. So Google, Amazon, PayPal, Walmart kind of organizations, and they will take your live classes. Okay, during the live lectures, any doubt like you have, you can ask your doubt just like you are asking now. Okay, and after the class, if you are having any doubt, we have like group and one-on-one group like we have where like you can post your doubt. So instructor will help you whatever the course related doubts like you have. And after that, like we will assign you a personal mentor when like your machine learning is completed. So they will help you like if you're having any doubt like regarding your resume, mock sessions, okay, your career growth related like any concerns like you have, and also like they will share their journeys like how they got a job as a senior data scientist or AI manager kind of profile. And TAs, I already told you like TAs will help you like in your assignments related doubts. So if you have like any assignments related doubt, then our TAs will help you. Okay, and course flow so basically like 3 courses like we have here. One is like we have DABA. So DABA course content like we have Python, StatsML, time series, SQL. Okay, so those people like to involve for DABA program. This is the content like we have. Okay, and it will take like 8 to 9 months, and classes will be on weekends, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay, so mostly time is fixed. Sometimes like if you want to do like some extra classes, we will do on weekdays like if it's needed. Okay, otherwise like your classes will be 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. only. And second course like we have DSAI, where whatever like we are offering like in DABA program, same like we will cover, plus additional few topics are there. That is like AI tools, where like we will cover like deep learning, natural language processing, reinforcement learning, and computer vision. Okay, and third course like we are having master's program that will take like 13 to 14 months. Okay, and in that like whatever like we are offering in data science and AI, all things like we have, plus 2 more additional topics like we will cover. First is like Gen AI and agentic AI. Secondly, like we are having like project lifecycle domain knowledge or DSA. Okay, so those people like who are looking for managers kind of role, they can go with like PLC, like project lifecycle and domain knowledge, or people are looking for EdTech kind of profile, they can go with DSA, data section algorithms.
Abhi, if I can interrupt, when will the system designs come? Because that's my core focus.
System design, we don't have like in advanced AI and machine learning.
In the sense, I have subscribed to this and then I was recommended with this thing. I think I have gone with the top-notch program. After learning and all, I was told that the system designs will be, added to my curriculum. I did speak to the other co-founder and Raghav very thoroughly on this. So I just remind you on when will the system designs come.
Yeah, so we will provide like recordings, like system design recordings like we have. So if it's needed like in your profile, like we will give you.
Yeah, it's part of my subscription. Just want to make a kind reminder about it because it hasn't been covered by you until here. So I thought I'll let you know.
Yeah, that like we will give you.
Thank you. As long as that's done. But yeah, all of this is good, but that's my focus.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and this is the duration like we have. It's approximately like we are telling you like Python will take like 7 to 8 weeks. It's also depend like what kind of audience like you have. Okay, and depends like festival, if there are like any festival is there, might be like it will extend it like 1 week more, might be like it will extend 1 week less. Okay, so course will go like in that way. First, like we will cover like Python. After that, like StatsML and time series. So approximately like Python will take 7 to 8 weeks. StatsML will take like 12 to 14 weeks. After that, like tools like we have, there is like SQL, Power BI, Product Analytics, Tableau, Excel. Okay, so those topics like we will cover. Or if instructors might be free, like we will cover like deep learning, NLP, reinforcement learning, depend like which course like you enrolled. Okay, so depends like on instructor availability, but this kind of syllabus like we will cover. Okay, depends like on your courses. So whatever like we have written like in our syllabus, we will cover like those things. Okay, so sometimes like Power BI first, sometimes like Tableau first. Okay, and every week, sorry, apart from like uh, yeah, apart from like weekly assignments, you will get like exam also, and you have to participate in that. So once like your Python is completed, Python means like core plus advanced. Okay, when I say like core, that means like there is like data types, loop functions, file handling, regular expression, and after that like we are having that advanced Python. So there is like advanced Python means like NumPy, Pandas, Matplot, Seaborn, those topics like we will cover here. Okay, and after that, like we will conduct like exam. So you have to participate like in exam and you have to score like more than 70%. And projects like we have mm, uh, real-time projects like we have. So in DABA, like I would recommend it like those people like who drawn for like DABA, minimum like 3 projects like you have to do. Okay, so you will familiar with like how industries is working. And people like who involved for like DSAI program, they have to do like at least like 5, 6 project. and people involved for AI ML, like at least like 7 project like you have to do. Okay, and you have to more focus. We have projects from like different domains. We have like projects from BFSI, means like banking, finance, insurance sector, healthcare, retail, supply chain management, e-commerce, entertainment, educational sector, sales marketing sector, okay, telecom industry. But you have to more focus, like these 4 sectors are really good, where like huge opportunities like you will get. Okay. So it's up to you, like whatever the projects like you want, like you can do that. But these 4 like companies are looking for opportunities are more like you can say like in these verticals. Okay, if you are the beginners, like how many people are like who are not familiar with like programming? Those like people are from like MBA or BSc or BA background. Anyone is there like who's from like non-tech, like not from like BTech or BCA or BTech, MCA, MTech? Anyone is there who has not done like coding in their life in college, school, or IT? I think like no one is there, right? Okay, Pooja Gomti, like you're from like BBA, right?
Yes.
Rama Rao new, okay. Okay, no issue. You can refer like Pooja Ramarao, like you can refer like this website, W3 School. It's a very good website where like you will get like more theory concept, and there's like they inbuilt the you can say compiler. Okay, so where like you can run the code and you can see the output.
Okay.
Yeah. For placement, like these 4 things are mandatory. Your attendance will be like 75%. Assignments will be 75% completed, and you will get like 2 capstone project like you need to complete it. Okay, capstone like you will get once like your statics will be started. So mid of statics, your instructor will release 1 assignments. 1 assignments like you will also get like in machine learning. So 2 capstone assignments like you will get, and your instructor will help you in that. And final exam like we will conduct. Okay, so in that like 90 MCQ or 120 MCQ will be there, and 2-3 questions are there related to Python and SQL. Okay, so for the for that like you have to score like 75% for placement overall score, and placement will be started once like your 80 to 85% course is completed. You don't need to wait like till all the duration. For example, like DAB will take like 9 months. You don't need to wait like 9 months. Whenever like 7 month or 7.5 month is completed, we will conduct like exam. Okay, on basis of that, like a profile will be referred like in companies. Okay, and attend your live classes. Okay, better to attend your live classes. And if you are not able to attend, sometimes like you are having some plans with your family or friends or relatives, or some emergency came up, same day try to attend the live class, that recording. And if you have like any doubt, like you can book like TA sessions. You can book the session. Okay, so instructor or our TA will help you in that part. Okay, this is my mail ID. If you have any doubts, any concerns like you have regarding program, like you can ping me. But your first priority is to ping like in personal group, like one-on-one group, and Karthik. Okay, he's taking care of that operation part. After that, like if you're facing any other challenges, like you can mail me on this mail ID, abhishek.gupta@tutort.net. Okay, this is my LinkedIn. If you want to connect me over LinkedIn, you can do that. Your mail, okay. Yeah, let me know like any other doubt like you guys have.
Yeah. One quick question. Okay, Abhishek. Yeah, I have asked this question in the instructor. I think better you are the guy to ask this question. Yeah, actually, I'm new to this entire tech stack. Like my background is 15 years of experience in Selenium automation testing,
Hmm.
Java background,
Mm-hmm.
and Kubernetes. I mean DevOps background, like Kubernetes and Dockerization kind of things I have did. Okay. So for my question is here, the stats and those syllabus I gone through, the statistics and mathematics stuffs, right? It is totally new to me. When I was in college, I have did it. I
Hmm.
mean, What you would like to suggest? I mean, how, I mean, you going to teaching methodology here? We are going to, you guys are going to do it from scratch so that I can understand, or else I need to learn from external resources. Those that kind of thing I wanted to know.
If you check the syllabus given, like we mentioned,
Yes.
like if you're not familiar with like mathematics or stats, we will start from very basic. Okay. So
Okay.
you don't need to worry about it. We will start from basic.
Okay. Okay. So I can able to grasp, right, those things.
Definitely.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Fine. And how about deployment steps? I mean, after doing this capstone project, okay. So my focus, because my skill set is aligned with totally more on deployment side instead
Hmm.
of development and doing R&D stuff. Okay. So here, for I mean, my intent of joining this course is I wanted to be, I mean, more excel in deployment stuff like AI ops and ML ops. Those things are going to cover as part of this course.
Right, right. Yeah, ML ops like we had.
ML ops we have. Okay. So however, I mean, is there any cloud like Kubernetes Dockerization we are going to do and we are deploying, or normal
Right, right.
deployment? Hmm.
No, we will use like AWS and Kubernetes, all things like we will use. So whenever like instructor will take the sessions, like he will tell you like about like we have like AWS like in our syllabus.
Okay, okay. So in AWS, we are deploying, hosting all these applications, whatever we are going to teach in this course.
Can you repeat again? Sorry.
Whatever project we are going as part of this course, okay, so we are going to deploy in AWS cloud.
Right, right, right.
Okay, so that is in Kubernetes platform, right? Again,
Yeah, that
containerization.
depends like instructor like Heroku or other platforms is also there, whatever the instructor is using, because like different instructors are there and the difference like they are familiar
Hmm.
with their perspective, right? So based on that, like they will.
Okay, okay, okay. So what do you like to suggest? Which one I need to focus? I mean, according to my skill set.
You have, if you involve like AI ML, like you have to more focus on AI ML machine learning side, right?
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, any other doubts like you guys have? Dinesh, who's from like iPhone? Please mention your name, like because like attendance, like we are noticing, like so it will come like iPhone only. Jaruko, Mohan Krishnan, Pooja Gomti, Shobna, Bikash. Acha, nahi, okay.
Abhi, I have sent you a little text.
Ah,
All right.
got it, Rama, like we will do that, no issue.
Kind of you. Thank you.
Yeah, because like mentors will assign like once like your ML is completed, after that like we will assign your personal mentor. Okay, and you have to more focus like few things. If you are less than like 5 year experience, depends like on which profile like you are targeting. So those people like who are targeting like data analyst kind of profile, they have to more focus on SQL, Excel, that one visualization tools, either like you are familiar with like Python, sorry, Tableau or Power BI, and little bit knowledge on that programming. Okay, that is like I'm saying for services organization, like if you're applying for data analytics profile. Okay, anyone is fine. Like even like if you know like Tableau, Power BI, you can learn like both, because like if you are demanding for Tableau, if you are demanding for Power BI, better to keep like two, both like because like we are having two both like in our syllabus. Be a master in like an SQL. Like no companies will ask you like what is like SQL command or DDL command or DML command. Okay, companies will ask like in depth. Okay, so be a master like in that part. And if you are applying like in product-based companies, they will ask like programming and knowledge on stats also. Okay, so that's the difference like between like service and product-based organization. And if you're applying for data scientist kind of profile, like your experience lies like between like 4 to 10 kind of thing, then you have to, apart from like these things like you should have knowledge. Okay, these things like you can't skip. Apart from that, like you have to more focus on statics and machine learning. Okay, plus any cloud platform like if you know AWS, Azure, or that GCP. Okay, plus any specialization it's needed. When I say like specialization, either like you have specialization in DL or NLP. Okay, companies are looking for expertise. Okay, so that is like for senior data scientists. If you're looking for architect kind of profile, then all things like you should know above like we discussed. Plus, you also know like few companies are looking for big data. Few are looking for Gen AI nowadays. Plus, you should know like domain knowledge, DSA, etc. Okay, so these are the things are there. Mostly like if you are looking for a entry level profile like data analyst or associate data analyst kind of profile, then SQL, Excel, Tableau, these things are more than sufficient for the companies. And if you're looking for ML profile, machine learning engineer, research scientist, or data consultant kind of profile, then you should have like any specialization like in deep learning or NLP, apart from like knowledge on like SQL, statistics, machine learning kind of thing. Yeah, any other doubt?
Yeah. As I told again, okay, so we are new to this entire technology, okay. How to frame this experience in our resume?
Yeah, so you have like how many years experience? Like you have 15 years, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So companies always looking for someone like who's having like relevant experience. Okay. So
Hmm.
here like you need to do like more projects, like 4 or 5 projects like you need to do. And uh, those projects like you can add on like CV. So
Oh,
whatever the roles responsibilities like you have now, apart from that, like you have to mention like I am like 15-year experience like in IT industry or whatever the work like you are doing like testing, Selenium related.
yeah.
And last 3 4 years like I am more involved like in data science and analytics side.
Okay.
Okay. So whatever the project like you are doing now, that's fine. You can add on like 3 4 projects related to data science vertical. Those projects like you will get here and you have to work here. Okay, so those
Okay.
projects like you can add on. So companies always looking for relevant experience. So after showing like 3 to 4 year experience, like you will get like opportunities in data science and AI vertical.
Okay. Okay.
Hi Abhishek, this is Mohana Krishnan.
Yeah, Mohan
So,
Krishnan.
so for AI/ML engineer also will cover with Gen AI part, domain knowledge
Right,
and
right,
DSA, right?
right. We will cover.
Okay.
So Obna, any question like you have?
Oh, yeah. One more quick question. Okay. So what do you like to suggest? I mean, how many hours we need? Yes, almost all. I don't know about others. I'm a working guy. Okay.
All
So
people are working guys even here. No one is fresher.
yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So I mean, what do you? I mean, time allocation. Like how many hours we need to practice dedicatedly. I mean, I'm becoming the successful of this course, right?
Hmm.
So is there any? I mean, kind of sessions you guys are going to conduct, like learning path, practicing thing, how many hours daily we need to dedicate and those kind of things.
So that like it's if you are giving like 90 minutes, 60 to 90 minutes for the course, like it's sufficient.
Daily basis.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's a common thing. Like whenever like you guys are having time, like it's for that like what session like I have to arrange. That's up to you guys. Like whatever the assignments like you are getting, you have to complete it. And whatever the classes like if you guys attended, like if you want to repeat, you can watch the videos.
Mhm. Okay.
And so for a smooth process, like I will tell your instructor, he will cover like first whatever the topic like he has, and after that like you guys can ask your doubt. Okay, and better to ask your doubt like in chat. Okay, so other is not impacted.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then I think like uh, so I am closing the meeting, and every 2 or 3 week like we will take the feedback also from you guys. Okay, so you can participate like in feedback. So we would also know like if you're facing like any issues, any challenges. Okay.
Yeah, and one more thing, how many, students will be there as part of this course? Is there maximum cutoff or what for this batch?
Yeah, few people like will be added like in upcoming sessions. Okay. Might be like otherwise like this 14 people like we have, might be like 2, 3 people will be added more.
Max 20, you mean to say 20, 25.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Abhishek,
Yeah,
hi. Dinesh here.
1 second, my phone is laptop is discharged. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
Give me
Yeah,
1 minute, 1 minute,
yeah,
one
okay.
minute, 1 minute. Yeah. इसको लगाना है. Hello.
Yeah. So, yeah, Abhishek, I wanted to like speak to one of the mentors about my profile and like where can I focus more in the future. So, if you could arrange one meeting with him for me.
What's your good name? Actually, my
Dinesh.
okay. Then it's like uh, be, I will update you regarding that.
Okay.
So different profile like you have, right?
Yes.
Okay. I will check with your counselor, okay, and I will
Okay.
within 2 or 3 days, like you will get the update.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, hi Abhishek.
Hi, doctor. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, so I had one question here regarding mock interviews. You are also providing mock interviews, right?
Right. That like you can take with your mentor. Okay. So once like your ML is completed, after that, like in a month, 2 sessions, like you can do that. Okay. If you want to do like mentorship, then you can do like 1 session. And if you want to do like that career guidance sessions, you can do like 2. Okay. So 30 to 40 minute sessions will be there.
Hmm.
1 minute, my okay, got it. Okay, so 1 second, I will help you in that. Yeah. So how like mentorship will work? I will help you mentorship. So you can take like 30 to 40 minute sessions in a month, 2 sessions, okay? And if you're taking like mentorship, 60, 70 minute, you can take one, okay? 1 session. So regarding mentorship with your mentor, you can discuss like regarding your resume sessions. Mock sessions means like whenever like if your interview schedule or after few topics completed, if you want to give like mock interview sessions, like what kind of companies are asking the questions from like SQL, Python, machine learning, deep learning regarding your project, whatever like you are mentioning in your CV. Okay. And what kind of salary like you will get based on a profile, what kind of profile like you can target in market. Okay. How to negotiation, uh, session, all things like your personal mentor will take care, whatever like you want. Okay. And if other companies, what's the uh, you can say like process like they have, what kind of rounds like they will conduct. So mostly instructors are familiar with that, or otherwise like they will take like help from Google. Okay, Glassdoor is there, what kind of entry level job or what kind of salary like we are giving that particular company is giving for our tech kind of profile. Okay, so that your personal mentor will take care. And for DABA program, I will help you. The 8 mentorship will be there. Okay, for DSAI, you can take like 12 mentorship sessions. And for EIML, you can take like 16 mentorship sessions. Okay, those people who enroll for that, they can see that. Based on that, like we are tracking. Once like it's completed, after that, like we can't take. So utilize your mentorship like in a proper way. Okay.
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 And one more question, Abhishek. Do you have anybody in mentorship like those who have transitioned from QA background to AML,
Which
like
background?
from QA or automation testing background to they switch to their career in AML or whatever you were saying, or DABA, DSA,
Yeah, yeah,
AML. Is
yeah.
anyone are associated with you guys?
Yeah, many people are there. People are initially like data science and AI using last 5 years or 6 years.
Okay.
Before that, like people are working as in support, developer, tester
Uh-huh.
only. After that,
Okay.
like they switched.
Okay. If those kind of mentors are there, kindly align to me because I will have, I mean, one quick session, 15-20 minutes, maximum half an hour, so that, I mean, we'll get more confidence, I mean, how they are did, and we'll discuss with their experiences, so that it
No, no.
will be
First
helpful.
learn the technology. After that, like you will get your personal mentor. First learn till machine learning, okay? Because like even like if you're looking for a job like in AI and machine learning side, those things like companies will ask, okay? So first, whatever like I'm saying, like Python, stats, machine learning, learn. After that, like they will design a roadmap for you based on profile, like what kind of things like you have to follow.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I will agree, but at least, I mean, just for motivation purpose, how they are did, how was their, I mean, what path they followed, no? So just for curious, I
But
mean,
first learn the things, right? Even like they talk like they will tell you the same thing, like learn like programming, learn like stats, machine learning.
okay. No, no, they will tell, okay, Abhishek, I can understand. Okay, don't mind. I mean, I'm asking too much questions to you. Okay. So if we'll get someone has transitioned, no, so it will be more motivation to any other guys, those who are came from
No, no,
non-IT
that's I
background.
totally, yeah, totally agree. If it's possible, like we will do that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
all
just
of you,
don't
like I
mind.
will
Okay. Yeah.
all of you, like I will suggest you, like don't focus like on motivation kind of thing. Okay, focus like hard work. Okay, because like they won't help you to get switch or they won't help you to get the job. It's your duty, right, to complete your task on basis of knowledge. Like you will get the job. So whatever the path I am giving, these topics like you have to learn that. After that, like you can take like guidance from your mentor. Okay, you have to give the interviews. If you have knowledge, then companies will hire you. Otherwise, like they will reject you. Okay, so first learn the topics: Python, SQL, statics, machine learning. I told you like specialization, like you should have like in deep learning, NLP side. After that, like you can take like sessions, then it will be helpful, because like then they will tell you like based on profile, like you have to more focus on that part. And it's a matter of like 4 months, right? So Python will take like 2 months, and after that, like statics, machine learning will be started. So like something. After that, like you are able to discuss, like you understand like about like machine learning, how like models will work out, how to which data set or which business problem, like which algorithms like you have to apply. So if you have something, then you can discuss with the mentor. Apart from that, like if you are discussing with your personal mentor, that is like that, like you are able to not understand, because like you do not you do not know like about like machine learning part. Okay, so at least cover like few topics. After that, like if you're taking the mentorship, that is beneficial for your career.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand. Okay, that is you are talking about the second phase. Initially, is anybody can come and talk, like, I mean, how they are did transitioned, okay, what they have struggled, I mean, how they are did right. So those things will boost us to focus
Abhishek,
on
may
more
I
things.
may I drop if that's okay?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So those people like who don't have like any doubts, like you can drop it.
Thank you. You have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, Abhishek, ठीक है. Okay, just, I mean, if anybody if try to arrange or else that's fine. Okay, so I know, I mean, you were saying we have to be aware about these kind of things. Okay, that's fine. We'll take it later. But anyone, I mean, who can align my career, like as I told, my skill set, those things. So I will focus on those topics only. Okay. So that's the my intent, or else, I mean, that's the main intent asking this question. That's all.
Okay, fine. Yeah, sure.
Okay. But don't
Yeah,
get
thank you all.
irritated, okay? Because asking too much questions, okay?
No, that like I understand because like other people are here for learning, right? They are not discussing our conversation. So I next time like I will tell like Meghna, whatever the doubts like you have, especially your career or something, that like we are having 15-20 minutes later. First, like he had to, people are here to learn. So whatever the topics like he will complete, whatever the target likes he has, he can do that. After that, like if people are having any concerns regarding their personal or anything, you can we have like 15-20 minutes later, that like we will cover. So both things like we will cover, whatever the target like we have, and after that, like whatever the concerns like you have.
Yeah.
Sounds good?
Yeah, it sounds good. Okay. Yeah, daily basis we won't come with these kind of things, right? Okay. So it's the
No,
first
that I
time.
got it. That
Yeah.
no, not like I'm telling to you.
Yeah.
People are having like an every batch like or other people is also having the concerns. So it's for
Yeah.
all the people.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm in the industry from last 15 years. Okay.
Right.
I
I
know how
understand like
things
you.
will work and everything. I'm in and out. I'm ago. So that's the thing. I mean, I'm asking. Okay. Even.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. We'll discuss later. No problem. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks.